Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. So this is going to be a long-awaited W7 full face of makeup. The only thing that I'm not using is powder because I don't have one by W7. So this one is by Makeup Gallery and it is the most inexpensive powder in my collection. It's from Poundland. It's the Smoothly Does It pressed powder and it is in translucent one, so we'll be using that. And for setting spray, I did have a W7 one that I enjoyed for a while, but then I found out it had like specks of gold glitters in it, so we're going to be using this Wet n Wild natural finish. Don't particularly like this and wouldn't repurchase this again either. I don't like the scent of it. Just smells really chemically. When I first got it I thought that smells nice. No, I don't like it. So without further ado guys, let's get into it. So I'm a bit worried about the primer because it just looks really golden, but it's going under a foundation anyway. So it's the W7, it's a Glow Prime and it is a radiant primer, which is what I normally go for in a primer. Can you see how dark it is? This battery's gonna go. You can certainly see how dark it is on my face. Can't remember how much it is, maybe $2.99 or $3.99. Smells lush though, it smells of watermelon guys, really nice. Oh, we've got a little friend joining us here. Right, so all I've done is apply the primer. I'm just gonna push that into the skin. It doesn't look dark, I don't think. Just really do it, which I really like. So again, this is that primer there by W7. Right, so again, something else I'm worried about is this. So it's the W7 High Definition Camera Ready Foundation in the shade Buff and it is quite dark. And as you can see, this is me without any makeup on. This is how fair I actually am. So we'll just put a tiny bit on. Need a bit more for that side of the cheek. Right, I need to get my foundation brush. Right, so I normally go in with way more foundation than this. I'm just going to blend it out and see how it looks. I mean, it's not looking too bad. Yeah, it's blending out quite well. We don't really need any more, just a little bit on the forehead. Maybe just top it up with a little bit more on the cheeks area. When I got this the first time around, like years ago when I didn't have much makeup, when I didn't have much appreciation for makeup and the brands and things like that, and also when I didn't really want to spend too much on makeup, I really did like it. And I remember I always used to use Buff, but now I know what kind of shade I am in foundations. Normally I'm in Porcelain or Shell, the very lightest you can get. So I didn't think this one would be the right one for me, but it seems to be matching okay. Maybe that's just because I've only put the tiniest amount on. So what I tend to do is I tend to go in with the brush, and then I tend to go in with the sponge just to make sure it's all blended in. And I've just remembered I don't have any brow product by W7. I've got one by Poundland, so we could bring that out. What eyeshadows are in the palette? We could also use an eyeshadow from the W7 Wild Eyes that I'm going to use. No, there is nothing in there that I can use. So we're going to use then the W7 Makeup Gallery Brow Gel, because that really is the cheapest. It's only £1. Look how glowy my skin is. I really like that. So let me just go and get my sponge and my brow product. Right, so my lips are seriously dry. I use this every time I'm wearing makeup and also before bed. Sometimes it's the Technique lip oil in orange scent, so I have put some of that on, but it's Technique, it's really inexpensive. And I noticed that we didn't have a concealer. I always wear concealer, so I brought this Essence one out. It is the most inexpensive one. Actually no, Primark is. Let me just go and get it. Yeah, so this Primark one is the most inexpensive concealer in my collection. I think I paid about £1.50 to £2. It's the medium coverage concealer and it is in the shade Porcelain, so we'll be using that as well. I have used that concealer in other videos, and what I need is just this. So when I'm doing the sponge to make sure I've you know, it's got no brush strokes. I don't think it has. I normally put some of this Boots Glow brightening mist on. So let's do that. Just one spray is enough. And then just pat the foundation into the skin. So this top I'm wearing, guys, is new. It's from Primark. I absolutely love it. They were only £6 in Primark. I wish I would have got more, but I did get the wrong size. I got extra large when I should have got large. I think that I am bigger than I am. Every time I go somewhere I always get one size up. But it is that clingy material, but it's still too big for me. So again, yeah, the £6. I love this shade just because it reminds me of autumn. So yeah, really like it. I'm definitely going to be getting a couple more of these tops. I am on a makeup low buy, but I do need like tops for like autumn winter time, and this really represents autumn, I think. So yeah, I really do like it. I did get some pyjamas as well. I'm going to be doing that mini haul that basically what happened, I got a couple of tops last time and I took them back and I exchanged it for some pyjamas and this top and a few other bits and pieces. So I will be showing you that haul, and you might see like other mini hauls, but you're not going to see a lot of products come in just because I don't need a lot. I do have jumpers in my collection for winter, but it's just that transition period between autumn and winter. I mean, this one is quite thin, which is what I need. When I go to my mum's house, it's like a sauna. When I'm at my house, it's quite cold and cool. So yeah, I don't need like thick jumpers when I go to my mum's. They're more for my house, and when I go to my mum's, things like this are really nice. But yeah, I do really like them. I like the collar here. I found that if I get a real roll neck jumper, it kind of like gives me more of a double chin. I mean, I've already got a double chin here. I don't want any more of one. But yeah, I saw these and I just knew I had to grab this shade, well, this colour. And I thought if I like it, I can always go back and get some more. But they have so many colours, I'll probably get one of each. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that it is new, and that's why you've not seen it before on me. So now we're going to go in with the Primark Concealer. So it is mainly W7 products, but I don't have everything in W7. I could have bought some stuff. but it would have just cost me more money. This is a really nice concealer. I didn't like it at first. I didn't like the doe foot because it's one of those really slim ones. But the concealer itself, I really like it for the price. I say for the price, I just like the concealer. So yeah. And I don't have any W7 lipsticks either, or mascara, so we'll have to go with the cheapest, the more inexpensive ones in my collection. And I think that will be Primark. I've got Wet n Wild as well, lipsticks. So I think I'll just try and use a Primark one though, because you don't get much more inexpensive than Primark. I don't even think you can get a lipstick from W7 for what I have chosen for my Primark ones. I mean, 90p. So that's that. Right, now we're gonna powder. Normally I use two different powders. Normally I'll use one for the under. Normally I'll use a powder for the under the eye area, and then a different powder for all over the face. I don't have that privilege today, so we're just going to be using obviously this powder that I spoke about before all over the face. So let me get my brushes for that. I actually forgot about a product. So normally I use my NYX white base, but I have got a W7 one, so we're going to use that all over the eyelids. You don't need much of this at all, and it will probably last me a good few years. I remember when I used the MAC paint pot, it lasted me nearly 2 years, that, and it's such a good product, and I've not had it in the collection since I used it up. I definitely need to get it again when I've used these ones up. And what is this? Yeah, it just says it's an eyeshadow base, so it definitely is a primer. So I'm not going to bring any primers in until these ones have gone. Right, and then we are going to do our brows. Okay. I think my skin actually looks quite nice without even any bronzer or blush on it. Just because we've got that glowy product on underneath, I think I could definitely go out just like this and be very natural. Maybe a little bit of an eyeshadow. I would feel quite comfortable going out like this, just because you get such a glow. You certainly don't need a highlight. Maybe a tiny bit of blush, and you can see the glow there, can't you? It's definitely better than the Ole Henriksen one. And wow, what a bold statement to make, because that one was £28. What do you guys think of that brightening primer? I know it's got all those skincare properties in it, so it is good for that, but if you don't need it for the skincare properties and only to use as a primer, what do you guys think of it? I would love to know in the comments down below, because it seems I'm the only one that doesn't like it, and that happens sometimes. Whoops, I have now dropped something. Right, so let's do the brows. I've not used this Makeup Gallery Slay the Brow for a while now, so it'd be nice to use it again. I think the product's going. I mean, I've been using it nearly 6 months, so it seems about right. I think it's drying up. I can feel some product though in there. Okay, so now then, let's powder. Didn't think I had the brush. Right, so, oh, why do I keep dropping things? Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go on the face first and then we'll go under the eye area. And then with the Real Techniques setting brush, just go under the eyes. Okay, right, and now we've got a bronzer. We do have a W7 bronzer. I just remembered I got one ages ago, so I thought we'd use that. Okay, so it's the dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. So it's the W7 Hollywood Bronze and Glow. I'm only going to be using the bronzer. I've got another highlighter that I want to give a go. So let's just go in with this. I've not really used it a lot, to be honest. Ooh, that's nice. Very pigmented. You seriously do not need a lot. It has got a little bit of a glow in it. And then just some where my double chin is. Not that doing this ever gets rid of it. If you've got a double chin, you've got a double chin. Thinking about going on the Slim Fast diet, guys. I have done that before and I have lost weight off it. I don't actually mind my weight. This is going to sound really silly. I don't mind my weight, but when I'm on camera, I feel like the camera adds more pounds on the facial area. It gives me more of a double chin, because in real life it doesn't look like there's that much of a double chin, and I've read that the camera actually adds so many pounds to you. I've definitely put weight on since I first started filming. I looked at some of my old videos a while back and I didn't have all this going on, but I am a lot older now. Right, so I'm just going to blend that in. Let's see what brushes are over here. We'll use this Bare Minerals one. God, this camera keeps stopping and starting for no reason. I'll be glad when I get my phone, but the only thing when I get my phone, I'm getting an iPhone 11. I'm still waiting for it to come. Can take up to 10 days, but that's because I'm not going down the usual contract route. I don't want a contract for 36 months. I worked that out and that came to over £1,500. No, I've decided to actually just order one and like put my own SIM card in, and then I can keep my number, because there was this whole debacle with Virgin Media that said that I couldn't keep the number, which is just ridiculous. So I decided not to go with them. So yeah, that should be coming in another 5 days, hopefully. It's not even been dispatched from the warehouse yet. I keep tracking it just to make sure that my mum will be home, because it's going to her house. But yeah, it's not left the warehouse, so that should be next week, and then I'll be able to film with it. I would like to know if there is a difference. You can film up to 4K, so the quality is a lot better. But I would need a tripod. Do you know one of those tripods with the ring light and then the actual phone thing to put your phone on? Are they expensive? Are they quite expensive to buy? I've never actually had anything like that because I've not filmed off my phone before. I'd love your guys' thoughts on it. Let's see if we can just go in with this brush. what I normally do is just sculpt it out, the bronzer. Right, blush time. So we've got a blush by W7, and again it's a dupe for these Charlotte Tilbury ones. I can't even remember what they're called, but you'll see it's got the 2 shades in it. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I mean, I did buy this blush to do this video. I was supposed to do this video, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, but I never had enough products. I still don't, to be honest, but I have got more than enough to do the full face, apart from like brows, mascara and lips. Everything else I've got. So I'm just gonna go on the outer edge first where that brown is, and then, oh, it's very powdery, then tap into the pink, really powdery. It's nice though. I guess we'll need some more of that. Can you see how powdery it is? Don't know if you can see that. Right, so then what I do is I spray some setting spray on. I'm gonna blend that in. It always looks worse on camera than it does in real life. So it doesn't look that bright when I look through the mirror now. But on camera, because I've got the lights on, it looks like I've been slapped. Right, so now I'm just gonna go in with this Wet n Wild spray. Oh, it stinks. And then I'm going to go and get my highlighter brush. Right, so I remember testing this. It's the W7 Glow Commotion Extreme Ice. I remember testing it in a testing new makeup video, and I didn't really much care for it, so that's why I brought it out and not use the other highlighter. It might get to a point where I use the other highlighter on top. This is what confuses me. It says Shimmer Highlighter Eyeshadow, so they've definitely made a mistake on this. I mean, eyeshadow, who has eyeshadows that big? I mean, it looks beautiful in the pan, doesn't it? But I didn't really get much. It wasn't beaming, which is the kind of highlighter I want. So that's why I've kind of sprayed my face a little bit. So hopefully it will look better this time around. I like it this time around. That's beautiful. So yeah, we're definitely keeping this one then. It's like a white gold. Absolutely stunning. Don't you just love it when you're filming and your iPad or your phone just keeps going off? I'm sure you guys love it. I'm sorry. Right, so now we've done the face, we can move on to the eyes. So what we're going to be using is the W7 Wild Eyes Pressed Pigments on the Prowl. It just looks really, really beautiful. Let me put these face brushes away. I don't know what kind of look we're going to be going in with. Okay, let's go in with kind of this light cream ivory shade. No surprise there, right? And I am only doing this look with this palette. At some point I probably will do more looks with it, but for now, yeah, just this one look. It's really just to test out the palette. Right, now I'm going to bring you closer so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Okay, that'll do. I still haven't got a clue. Part of me wants to use this one here. It is such a beautiful shade. It's called Sinful. Yeah, let's go in with Prowl in the crease. Very, very cool toned. I'm really getting into cool toned eyeshadows at the minute. It's weird, it's all I want to use. It's blending out really, really well. This, guys, was £4.99. If you live in the UK, you can pick it up from B&M Bargains. On eBay do them if you don't live in the UK. I really like that. Then I want to go darker. So maybe Fierce just underneath. I think I'm going to need a different brush. This cargo one might work. So how are you all guys doing? I hope you're doing really, really well. It's Friday as I'm filming this. I don't know when it's going to go up. I might put it up tomorrow. I have got other videos ahead of this, but this is like one in its own. It's not like a 3 days 3 looks or a 5 days 5 looks, so it could probably jump ahead. But saying that though, I do have that lipstick edit to film today, so that needs to go up as well. Right. Then I want to try this purple shade here. It looks purple anyway, it's called Wild. Just in the outer V. Just to deepen it up. Probably put that on the lash line as well. Not going too crazy with it. Right, and then blend. And then we're going to put some more of, what was it called? Carnal. In fact, I'll use this W7 brush that came with it. In some palettes that W7 put out, they give you brushes. So you get a blending side, a blending brush on this side, and then you get kind of like just a packer brush there. So I'm going to use the packing side. I think these brushes are good for like teenagers to use, but for me personally, I normally just use my own. That's a nice little good brow highlight, that carnal shade that I used all over the lid. Right, and then we're going to go in with Sinful. That one there. I think I might try and use the brush that came in the palette and see how it works. So it's looking like that. Oh, this is gorgeous. I love these kind of peach tone shades with gold reflect. So nice. I'm definitely going to have to spray the brush though. This would make a good topper over another peach eyeshadow, I think, which you don't have in the palette. On first impression, guys, I'm really impressed with this palette. Really impressed. And I can see myself definitely doing more looks with it. I just don't think I'll be doing more looks in the next 2 weeks unless I use all the palettes I brought out, which I have used the Going Coconuts, but I do want to do a look with the Going Coconuts and the Dose of Colours, at least one look, maybe two. So yeah, there's that, and then there's the Makeup Obsession in Love. I want to do 3 days, 3 looks with that. So we're talking at least another 5 days minimum. Right, so I just sprayed the brush with the Wet n Wild spray. And now we're going to go in again. Oh, that is just stunning. I really, really like that. Right, so now then we need to go in with a lash line eyeshadow, and I think I'm going to use the same as what I did in the outer V. Just cleaning this brush off. Don't know where my colour switch has gone, so I'm having to kind of just do it on my hand. Look, cleaning it off completely. Right, that's that done. So we're going in with Wild, which is the same shade as what's on my outer V, so we can connect it. Oh, it's so annoying, the camera keeps cutting out. I mean, it's a good job I've got a front facing LCD, otherwise I would be talking and it would just cut out on me and I wouldn't be none the wiser and I would lose footage. Right, so I'm going to try and use purr as what cats do, not purr as in the fruit. I just thought I would clear that up because of my accent. So yes, it's just a white shade, not too pigmented, but that's okay. Can go in again and build it up. That's pretty. Oh yes. Right, let's zoom out. Right, so we've done everything I wanted to. I think so. So we've used all the shades from the palette. So I'll just run through what I used. Let's take this brush out a second. So first of all, I used Carnal. I used that on all over the brows and then also on the brow bone towards the end, and then I went in with Prowl as the crease shade, then I went in with Fierce just underneath, then I went in with Wild on the lash line, and then Sinful all over the lid, and Purr just on the inner corner. Someone's ringing me, let me just go and see who it is. Right, so I don't know where we were on that. The phone went and distracted me. I think I just got to the point where I said we'd used Sinful all over the eyelids and then Purr on the inner corner. And that's all the shades. I mean, there's so many more combinations that you can do with this palette. It is such a beautiful, I would say it's more virgin cool tone. The gold here is more warm tone, and then this is quite warm tone as well, but there's not a lot of warm toned eyeshadows in this palette. That's why I like it, and that's why I picked it up, just because you can create, you know, cool toned eyeshadow looks, and I want to experiment more with what cool toned eyeshadow looks like on me. So yeah, it's a really good palette for the price, I think. It's gorgeous packaging. I love W7 eyeshadows ever since I think they redid their formula. I used to get them back in the day, like a few years back, and I just really didn't like the formula. Do you remember when they brought those tins out, and they were supposed to be dupes for the Urban Decay Naked palettes? For a start, the eyeshadows are oblong like the Urban Decay Naked eyeshadows, and I don't like that in a palette. I don't really buy many that look like that anymore. I know I've got the recent one, Urban Decay Naked Honey. I bought that because I like the colour story. But had I known that the Jaclyn Hill one was, some of the shades in there were dupes, I probably wouldn't have got the Urban Decay Naked Honey, just because they're kind of like oblong and I don't like that from a palette. That's probably where my OCD comes in. I just don't like those kind of eyeshadows. So yeah, square pans like these I love. So ever since they brought these kind of packagings in with like their eyeshadows, and the formula seems so much better than it was when they had the tins. They still do the tins, but I just don't buy them. They've got one of the newest ones that's called Blazing, W7 Blazing, and I think it's supposed to be a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked, I was going to say Huda, Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette, and I was looking at it and the story looks so similar, and I thought, shall I buy it? But I don't have the original Urban Decay Heat. I did have it and then I sold it as soon as I got it, but just because I didn't want to use it, and I just thought I have those shades in so many different eyeshadow palettes, so I sold it straight away, got the full asking price for it, because at that time you couldn't get it on the Debenhams website and you couldn't get it on Urban Decay. It had completely sold out, so I wasn't asking for it anymore for it. I was just asking the retail price I paid, and managed to sell it, which I'm glad about. If I saw it in TK Maxx at a really discounted rate, would I buy it? Probably not, to be honest, because like I've said, I've got eyeshadows that are really similar to that. But yeah, that's my little rant over. I do like the formula of what these are in the cardboard packaging now. It just seems a lot better, and I will definitely get more of these. I have got quite a few of these now in the collection, and I definitely need to play around with them and show you some looks that I create, but this is a really good look. I've really liked it. I've kind of gone with the combination of it's cool, but it's also a little bit warm, with the lid shade being what it is as well. That's really like a warm tone, not too warm toned, but the lid shade isn't too warm toned, but it is a little bit warm, and yeah, I really like that about it. So let's go in now then with mascara. Where's the eyeliner? So I'm only using this eyeliner because it's in my project pan, and it is high end. It's a Too Faced Love one, so we're just going to tight line with that. And then we're going to go in with the Makeup Gallery Turn Up the Volume and Define. Again, this is my cheapest, most inexpensive mascara. You wouldn't even be able to get a W7 one for that price. I think they're $2.99, and I just didn't want to get another mascara, open it up and have to use it up. I love this mascara. I definitely want to get more of them. Really grabs onto your lashes and volumizes them. yeah, so I'll definitely buy a couple of these mascaras next time I'm in Poundland. Like, I bought a couple more of the brow gels, and even though that brow gel I would say is probably my second favourite at the moment from Poundland, just because I have used the Makeup Obsession fibre brow gel and I do like that a lot more, I will still be using them. So yeah, that's the mascara. So now we're going to go and choose a lipstick. So I'm going to choose an inexpensive lipstick, either by Primark or Wet n Wild. I'll just see which one I want to pair with this look that I've created. This one I haven't worn in a hot second. It's by Primark. It's the PS lipstick, and it's in the shade 03 Rosewood Mauve. Just gonna wipe the gloss off. And I don't know if I want to keep it. I think I paid about £2 for it. It's a beautiful shade, isn't it? I think it would look really nice with this eye look. And it's definitely a shade for autumn, I think. I really like the shade. I think the shade will be coming out in this month's lipstick edit. I'm going to be doing that one next, and I think that lipstick edit does have to go up before this video, because we're on the 10th of October now and it's not gone up, so we're 10 days overdue. So it's gonna get to the point next month where we can't do the lipstick edit till the 10th of November. But this is the finished look, guys. So there's the eyes. And I really like the lipstick. It will not be going anywhere. So yeah, I think it looked really nice. It's like a kind of wine shade, isn't it? It's not your typical mauve, I wouldn't say, but yeah, really like it. It's more of a cream finish, which isn't the type of lipstick I go for, which is bizarre considering I've got so many cream lipsticks in my collection. But yeah, it's not going to get decluttered. I'm soon going to be doing the lipstick declutter as well. I've just got so many and I just want to make sure that there isn't any more that I can actually declutter before I do the declutters. So now guys, this concludes the video. Thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world to me. Please like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Please comment, please share, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.